Steve's overtime tax break was worth $12,500. On his W-2, that $12,500 showed up as zero. He almost lost every penny of it because the form that hands you your tax numbers just left it off. It was buried in timesheets he almost threw out. You probably heard the promise. A new law, no tax on overtime. Sounded like a raise from Washington. Here's what nobody mentioned. That break doesn't show up in your paycheck, and on your 2025 W-2, it doesn't show up at all. Miss it, and it's just gone. And even when you do claim it, it is a deduction, not check. And most people will never even know they failed it. This is the catch. The gift the system hands you, then asks you to do its homework. Catch number 2. Last week, it was the free match your job can claw back on your way out. This one Congress actually passed, but millions will still forfeit it because claiming it is a chore nobody told them about. And whether you work overtime, live on tips, or just want to know who's quietly leaving money behind, by the end, you'll know the one move to make before you file. But first, 60 seconds on what this break actually is. Get this part wrong and you leave the money on the table, like one of the 2 guys you're about to meet. The headline oversold it. No tax on overtime does not mean your overtime is tax-free. Time and a half means your regular rate plus an extra half on top. The break only touches that extra half, the premium, not the whole overtime check. And there's a ceiling. You can deduct at most $12,500 if you're single, $25,000 if you're married filing jointly. Above $150,000 single, $300,000 joint, it shrinks. Then it's gone. So this was built for hourly workers grinding real overtime, not the corner office. Meet Steve. Steve's a nurse who pulled a brutal year of overtime. And Steve has one slightly annoying habit. He keeps everything. Every pay period, he jotted his overtime in a phone note and dropped the stub in a shoebox. So at tax time, Steve already had his number. A full year of premium, right up to the $12,500 ceiling. He put it on the new form, knocked it off his taxable income, and kept the break the law promised him. Not because he's a tax wizard, because he wrote stuff down. Now here's the part that catches almost everyone. For 2025, the IRS told employers they didn't have to break your overtime premium out on the W-2. It's transition relief. So the form that's supposed to hand you those numbers just leaves this one off, which means the number you need to claim the break, you often have to find yourself. It gets fixed next year. Starting 2026, new rules kick in and the number gets reported. But for the very first year, the one everybody's filing right now, you're mostly on your own. Steve's friend Alex worked the same brutal overtime, but Alex tossed her stubs. So when she filed, there was no overtime line on her W-2 and no record in a shoebox to fill the gap. She didn't claim $1 of it. Not because she didn't qualify, because she had no way left to prove the number. The break was hers. She just couldn't reach it. Now, the same trap is baited on more than overtime. Meet Maria, who found a way to win twice. Even if you never see a tip, watch her, because the trick is the same one that saves you. She waits tables, so she can deduct up to $25,000 of her tips on that same new form. Same $150,000 income cutoff. And on the nights she covers a double, she stacks overtime on top. 2 deductions, 1 form. But every piece only works if she can show the numbers. The gift always comes with the homework. And this is the sting that makes it a real catch. All year, your employer still taxes your overtime. Every check. Federal, Social Security, Medicare, state. Nothing about your paycheck changes. The break shows up once at the very end, when you file. And even then, it's not a check for $12,500. It knocks that $12,500 off the income you're taxed on. In a typical bracket, that's maybe $1,500 to $3,000 back, depending on what you earn. Real money, just smaller than the headline. And if you can't put a number on it, the whole deduction stays with the IRS. A break Congress wrote for you, kept by default, because the paperwork was left as your problem. Now, this probably isn't some villain twirling a mustache. The law passed fast, and the forms and payroll systems are still catching up. But knowing why it's messy doesn't put the money back. This break is real. It's yours. And right now, it only reaches you if you go get it. If you just realized you might be Alex, good. That's the whole point of this series. Every week, I take one thing the system calls a gift and show you the homework hiding inside it. Subscribe and you'll catch the next one before it catches you. Okay, here's how you stay the one who keeps the break. Move 1, the whole game. Find your overtime premium for 2025. That's just the extra half pay part added up for the year. For standard time and a half, that's roughly a third of your overtime pay. Your pay stubs or payroll portals show it. If your W-2 doesn't, your last pay stub of the year is your best friend. Move 2. Same idea for tips if you earn them. Your own records count. And if you're salaried with no overtime, stick around because the same homework trap hits credits you do qualify for. Move 3. When you file, that number goes on the new Schedule 1A. Most tax software now asks you straight up. Already filed and skipped it? You can still fix it. You generally have up to 3 years to amend a return and claim what you were owed. None of this means the law is generous. It only works if you can prove the number. Steve kept his because he wrote things down. Alex lost this year, but not next year, now that she knows the form exists. So this week, save every pay stub. That shoebox is the catch and the cure. So that's catch number 2, the tax cut that hands you the homework. Next week, a stranger one. If you earn over $150,000, your own company can quietly take away your right to put $11,250 into your retirement account. Not the government, your company. One missing option in your plan, and the catch-up you were counting on just closes. That's catch number 3 on the catch. I'll see you there.